Mechanical keyboards can be overwhelming, right? Let me save you some time. This is Royal Kludge SE98. Sorry, short correction. Of course, the keyboard is called Royal Kludge S98. So let's move on. With a German layout. Today I'll break down what works, what doesn't, and whether this keyboard is worth your money. Let's dive in. Let's skip the fluff and see what's inside the box. You get 4 extra switches, keycap and switch puller, a 1.5 meter rubberized USB-C cable with a USB-A to USB-C adapter. Functional? Yes. Fashionable? Not so really. A tiny 2.4 GHz dongle that magnetically snaps into the keyboard. A plastic thingy tool for opening the keyboard because, fun fact, the keyboard is clipped and top mounted. So don't scratch your keyboard with any screwdriver. No. I chose the pale green tactile switches for my keyboard. Why? Because they have a nice force curve, which I come to later, and they are not so loud. I like that. If you are not into tactile switches, your only other option available on their website is the linear Viridian switches. And of course, there are some other switches on the market which are compatible with the SE98. Here's the force curve. Basically, it means it feels good to type on. Science. Let's come to the specification. The SE98 is a 96% keyboard with 99 keys, a rotary knob and even a tiny OLED display. Why? Because why not? It weighs 1.88 kilograms. So yes, it stays on your desk no matter what. And of course, RGB lighting. What's a mechanical keyboard without a light show, right? You can connect your keyboard via the USB-C cable, the 2.4 GHz wireless dongle, or via Bluetooth. The keyboard supports up to 3 devices, so that's 5 devices in total. Oh, and there is a USB-A port for your peripherals, but it's only 2.0 speed, so not the fastest. I've been using the Logitech MX Master so far. It's flat, ultra quiet, a good keyboard overall. So why switching to the SE98? It felt like trading a Prius for a muscle car, but yeah, it took some adjustments, but now I'm hooked. Typing on a mechanical keyboard is such a different feeling. For programming on Windows, it's a dream. On macOS, it's great, but there are some quirks. For example, the Alt, Command and Option keys need manual remapping, and the key labels don't include dual layout like the Logitech. Not a deal breaker, but worth noting. Speaking of keys, let's address the German layout. Or rather, the not quite German layout. The numpad has a period instead of a comma, and some symbols are rearranged. But it's not a huge deal for pros. But beginners might need some time to adjust. By the way, if you know a good website for customizing keycaps, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. How is the typing feel? It feels fantastic, balanced and responsive, except for one key. The numpad is 0. It's quieter and more muffled than the rest. Listen to it. It's not bad, just different. After reseating the keycap, it sounds better, but still not like the others. It's not a big deal. Here are the stabilizers. Stabilizers are designed to help larger keys to keep in balance on mechanical keyboards. Depending on the quality of the stabilizers, some might have rattling noises or clinky sounds, and some even failure and rebouncing. Let's come to battery life and RGB. The battery life is solid. With a low brightness and subtle patterns, it lasts over a week, easily. And the RGB, yeah. You get all the usual patterns, plus brightness control via the rotary knob. Fancy. However, I sit 10 hours a day at the desk and I switched off my RGB because I sit in a well-lit area, and that saves a lot of battery too. Without RGB, 3 weeks or more are no problem. Let's come to the software. The software lets you tweak macros, key assignment and RGB patterns. But here's a catch. It's only for Windows. Mac users? You will miss out. One thing I've noticed is if you're using the keyboard with several devices and the driver is not running at all devices, the clock is not synchron. The computer now 1 past 4 and the keyboard is around 6 minutes ahead. And now if you open the driver, so it's synchronized automatically. Activate the keyboard and as you can see, it's not quite the German layout. On the right side from the L we have a German Ö and next to it a German Ä. That is correct, but not the Ö. The Ü and the German SZ. So that's confusing. Not bad. That looks pretty. Is the Royal Kludge SE98 worth it? If you're new to mechanical keyboards, absolutely. For 100 euros, you get a well-built, feature-packed keyboard with solid switches. For enthusiasts who want full customization, maybe not. It's more of a beginner's dream than an expert tool. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more tech content. Got questions or recommendations? Drop them in the comments. I see you next time.